All right. It's such an honor to stand behind the podium, to be able to deliver what it is I'm going to be doing in the next 30 minutes. I'm going to be speaking to you on the power of building connections and amplifying influence as a young leader. Well, I choose to say emerging leader and creative entrepreneur. So while I was ruminating over this topic, I just remembered something Tunde said. Tunde said that you can only fall back to the level of the people that you've been able to raise. And I remember the quote that says, men are ladders. I've started my teachings, okay? Men are ladders, and the difference between here and there is a lot of thought leaders and school of thought says that the difference between here and there is still what kinds of time. But a lot of times we forget that people also matter. The difference between here and there are people. There's something that you need that is in the pocket of another person. People. And today I'm just going to be sharing thoughts on how you can build quality connection, quality relationships with people. Your first class matters because someone has a 2-1 or a 2-2. Yeah? Just imagine you're the only one in the University of Nigeria, for instance. Only you with your first class. Will it make sense? So what gives value to your value is simple people. But a lot of times we trivialize people. I love that Tony talked about the council culture. Never look down on anyone except you admire their shoes. Never talk down on anyone because you are privileged to know now. Even the next 10 seconds you do not know. So, how do you build connection? Number one, I'm going to be consolidating on the points that you heard. So if you hear it again, it's for emphasis. Networking. So people are bastardized networking. Should I put on my red card? Yes. So a lot of people are bastardized networking. They've learned the format. They're going to give you that format because they reach out to me a lot. Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I celebrate your impact across Nigeria, everywhere. Thank you for adding value to not just my life, but to other people's life. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the icebreaker. Sir, please, I need a favor. Can you help me post my flyer? That's the problem. If you want to network, you must ask, how can I help? Not what is in for me. How can I help? It's called value addition driven mentality. You may need to write it. Value addition driven mentality. Come at least with a spoon. They say bring something to the table, bring something to the table. Come with at least a spoon. I'm going to be sharing stories, practical stories of what I've been able to do in order to connect with the people I'm connected with. Networking. So as we plan to leave this environment, how many persons have you met? And when you go home, what happens? Reach out. I mentioned the 360 conference, I celebrate what you do. Your vision is in line with mine, and this is how we can grow Nigeria, this is how we can grow this industry, this is how we can grow Africa. Network, check up on them, call them on phone. Networking doesn't end at exchanging complimentary cards. Yeah, if you go to your home, you say a lot. It goes beyond exchanging cards. It goes beyond taking pictures. Okay? Can you even remember the people you met in your last picture? No, you can't. So as soon as you get home, please send a message on how your session is valuable if you're not talking with speakers, on how that, the dress inspired you, inspired the fashion. Just say something that can build bonding. I talked about bringing something to the table, and when I'm talking about volunteering, I'm going to expand. How do you build connection? Thank God for technology. So your online presence, and Mr. Kenneth emphasized on this point, is also very important. The world has been reduced to a global community, rather say global village, but you can connect with people, I mean, this is my first time of meeting with Elisha, but we've been talking because of the availability of social media. But it goes beyond creating profiles on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Facebook. What are you putting out there? Because I've also taught a lot of people on optimizing your online profiles. It's your new CV. A billionaire in this Abuja, when we returned from Ghana, he said, Val, I need somebody who can head an organization for me. And then he said, okay, I nominated 2 persons, and then we went to his office, and I was shocked at what happened. He said, do you have your CV? He said, yes. Okay, do you have? Let me go through your social media. He collected the phone and was calling. So you're speaking in real life. Does that make sense at all? Yes. Yeah, so start the cleanup now. Thank God people are beginning to wake up. As at 2020, prior to that, before COVID, a lot of people were joking around. Okay, so my name is Legend of the Seeker. Haters will hate, potatoes will hate, and then a whole lot of stuff. But I can tell you that man's preliminary judgment is based on appearance. Only God sees the heart. Man will judge you based on what he can see. So what are you putting out for us to see? Very important. My third point is on mentorship. If you want to build quality connection and amplify your influence as an emerging leader and a creative entrepreneur, mentorship is key. I've said it several times. Locate your Elijahs. Okay? And like Elisha, pour water in the herbs. In the process of locating your Elijah, a lot of people will laugh at you. What are you doing? You can do it on your own. Just like the biblical Elisha, the sons of the prophets, start locating your Elijahs now and be ready to pour water in their hands. To consolidate this point, I'll talk about volunteering, which is very important. Building quality connection, so volunteering is part of it. After 2017, 2018, I started my volunteering. Okay, my volunteering journey started in 2014 when I was living in Jos. An organization called the Mashaya Foundation. They cared for people living with HIV and AIDS. I said, let me go and while away time. That was what I said, let me just go and waste my time. Because I didn't want to stay at home. Okay, I had done my computer application, I graduated. I said, let me go and learn how to drive. I finished. I said, let me go and learn how to speak French. So I wanted something to just push me out of the house. Okay, let me go and waste time in this organization. We were called auxiliary social workers. I never, ever heard that word before. And the work entailed going out to meet with indigent families. So I was interfacing with these families, then bring reports back to the organization, and the organization will put up training programs for them. I was doing that. Stipend 3,000 per month. It was very fantastic, very big at the time. The next year, 2015, I applied for that same social work. In the university, it was like, wow, so there's a course like this. And I was a different student. I spoke from a place of experience. My classmates were looking at me like, how do you know all of these things? Because I had volunteered even though I was playing. But the real concept of volunteerism became clear to me in 2018. When one Mrs. Noella Ugu, management consultant, business trainer, came to UNM, it was a convocation week. So all the graduates were invited. She was teaching them how to position yourself in the job market and all of that. I was seated somewhere at the back, 211. How can a woman speak with this confidence? Who is this woman? That was what was ringing in my mind because I saw somebody whose presence was in the future. I knew one day I was going to speak to thousands of people. Well, I couldn't decipher how this woman was doing it. She was going from stage, she was on stage. How many of you would like to speak like me? All the ladies in the house, they were screaming, me. There I was just pondering and saying, I won't be like this woman. What did I do? I went home, Dad. I set her on Facebook, added her a friend, followed her trajectory. Everything she was doing, I was liking, you know. One day, I had an outreach in an orphanage in OP, Soka. Posted it, she said, wait, she commented, saying, where is this place? First of all, I was excited. This woman had commented. I said, Ma, I can describe this place to you. I went to inbox, told her. She said, interesting, you know, and the conversation ended. Many months after, because my number was on Facebook, she called me. I was on my reading table. You needed to see how I jolted. I left my reading table and said, hello, Ma. She said, hello, Val. How are you? I said, she said, there's a project our company wants to carry out in the city of Isuka. And I've looked through your profile, remember, and you are qualified to handle it. I said, yes, ma'am, I accepted. Now I didn't know what the responsibility was. I said, yes, ma'am. I accepted it. You know, when you are clear about where you're going to, you wouldn't bother. Write this down. When your head is in the right direction, you don't need to bother about the next. When your head is in the right direction, do you need to look at your legs? So, it was a finishing school for young people, children, adolescents. This program, this woman hosted in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, where a child, 2018, they were paying 30,000 naira per class. And she wanted me to coordinate it in Isuka. Now, Isuka is a village in Enugu State. Made up of low-income earners and slightly middle-income because of the professors and lecturers. Back right now. So how would I do this thing? I've never done any project like that. And my madam, because we have never met, we apart from the time I sat in the audience. Hello, Val, we need a hall. Go to the local government people, tell them the weather sent you. Yes, ma'am. I went to the hall, shared the idea. The local government chairman said, okay, take the hall. Hello, Val, we need a projector. And you know, I was a student, I needed to attend classes. I was a PRO, so lots of responsibilities. But I said, no, I have to deliver. Okay? Hello, Val, we need speakers. Hello, Val, right now we need participants. 150. In 3 days, I put up a 10-man volunteer team. 7 were my classmates, 3 were people in my lodge. I said, guys, you will be paid. There's no problem. School was ending, it was August. School was ending. Gary had finished. So you understand what was happening. I said, no problem, ma'am. I wrote to St. Peter's Cathedral, the only Catholic church in this campus. I wrote to Christ Church. Are you a liar? Fantastic. That's quite like I wrote to St. Teresa's Cathedral before the market, the market. Inviting, I knocked on doors. I went to her from house to house. Ma, I have a program. The child will learn about vision. One man, I remember that me. Come, why are you teaching children vision? I remember knocking on the door for one woman. She said, wait, are you going to pay our children? What if you kidnap them? So I was contemplating a lot of things. And a student like that. My mother was just, hello, have you done it? Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Guess what? Cut a long story short. We got 120 children. Parents were sneaking in to listen because she was etiquette. The vision, how to travels, they've never heard of it. Parents are just sneaking to listen. I looked at the program, children were happy, parents were happy, local government, people were happy. I was happy. For the first time, we just met. We met for the first time, it was as though we met, it was 10 years ago. And she was the one that gave me the personal number from that experience. Guess what? In 2019, she said, wow, we're doing it again. This time around, we did 240 children. Now, I was in my final year writing projects, so I was battling with projects and then coordinating all of these things. University of Nigeria took a partner with us, gave us land, gave us venue, gave us water, and we did 240. You know what I said? I said, before I graduate, I'll touch 1,000 lives, these children. Then I started, connecting with people, networking, and we did 1,000 children volunteering. Guess what? If Mrs. Noella Ubu paid me 100,000 naira for services, it would have finished 3 months down the line. Finished, and she'll go her way, I'll go my way. But no, our relationship today is like a mother and son relationship. She has recommended me for a lot of programs within Nigeria, outside Nigeria. A lot. She has given me her signatures, daily. So all I need to do in the recommendation is to change the title of the program, and date.
Wow.
So when people go into a relationship and they're just looking at how can I rip this person off? How can I rip you off? How can I rip you off? How can I take advantage of you? Now you just met me and you're asking me, there's nothing wrong with sharing your flyers and details, I can do that. But no, that's not the first thing. So you must, in building quality connection, you serve your way. We may not be able to pay our way, we can serve our way. See what I did before leaving Jos? I built a very strong team of individuals. Hey, when the paper comes. What? They said I have 5 minutes. So, I built a strong team in the city of Jos so that anybody who is hosting any programs, I'll just call them, hello, please come and render assistance. Not because they see me as boss, because I was also part of their lives. Service is key. You must learn that if you want to amplify your influence. Volunteering is key. Time will fail me to actually talk about the benefits. It's plethora, it's avalanche, it's too much. Next thing that will help you to build quality connection is public speaking. Public speaking is an opportunity to shape culture. And the culture I'm talking about is not very influential. It's your way of life, your behavior, your thought pattern, how you think. If you have the privilege of holding the mic, because I see it as a privilege, I believe somebody has gotten value today through us. Opportunity, public speaking. Change people's lives, change their trajectories. You move them from point zero to point hero with mic. It's a tool, powerful tool. So you must learn the skill of public speaking. Let me share a testimony. So if I say bread, I say bread. 2 testimonies. I started a private public speaking coaching program a few months ago, and I got some clients signed up. This client of mine is a PhD candidate in the University of South Carolina, USA. No idea how to speak. No idea. Okay? I said, no, you want. So what do you want? She told me I want to succeed in my presentation. I said, okay, let's go. I worked with her for 3 months. Guess what? She sent me a message. She said, I passed. Hey, clap my testimony. You may not understand. PhD. She said, without a presentation, you wouldn't go to the next step. She said, I passed. She put emoji, tears. I said, I understand, because she was afraid. Another client of mine, she said, sir, I just got a deal. A 6-figure recurrent deal. Because I pitched my business. No idea how to speak. So when you have the ability to hold the mic, it's a privilege to change someone's life. There's something called the arrogance of knowledge. When you hold the mic and you're like, every other person. No, it's an opportunity. And each time I stand behind the podium, I give glory to God, because I may not be able to see you tomorrow. But the thoughts, the words coming out from this point is able to change your life. And so it's an opportunity. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, this skill, you have to learn how to use it. Finally, authenticity. The power of building connection and amplifying influence. But you have to be authentic. You have to be authentic. It just means being true to who you are. See, you don't live to impress, live to express. Unfortunately, this the generation we live in, I don't know why we beat ourselves to, I don't know what the whole race is for. You have to be authentic. I was training a multi-million-dollar agri company a few weeks ago. It's like owned by a small boy. It's a startup. And the way I was teaching, they were like, "Guy, why are you telling us all of these things?" I said, "See, you people, the first time I used the shower was when I was invited to speak. I used this opening from the bucket." So it was like, why do they? I said, no, because it's no longer my reality. The first time, I never ever imagined that people could be paid, like, how can somebody fly from a place to come and talk? It's just, how? Who does that? But it's my right. Plus, plenty gifts. Sometimes I travel, I need to get extra back. Anything. These one issue, I've got a laptop, I've got a phone. Be authentic. Just be true. You will get there. Just stay. Stay. Tell your neighbor, stay. Stay. Officially, this is where my presentation ends. But, I wish I had more time. Thank you.